But we have something also very important to talk about. As homeownership becomes harder to reach for many Houston families, there's a new development in Acres Homes aiming to help everyone. Legacy Oaks will bring 23 single-family homes to a 5-acre site with prices starting in the mid-200,000s, making it more affordable for everyone. And joining us now to talk about it is Kevin Shelton. He's co-founder of Park Street Homes, and Judson Robinson, president and CEO of the Houston Area Urban League. We're so excited to have both of them here, but this is going to change people's lives. And Judson, I've known you for a long time, sir, and you have been in the thick of helping people improve their lives. Both of you have. Tell me more about what this program is all about.
Well, this is really full circle for the Urban League.
Yes.
To actually have property that we could provide to a developer to develop these 23 homes and a community center is really the full story. Because of course we do, you know, first-time home buyers, we do post-home ownership foreclosure counseling. That's a lot to say.
It's okay, but it means you got to get it out.
but a lot of different things to help counsel people on the home buying process. Right. And to be able to now say, and we have a home that you could take a look at that's in your price range. You make $28 to $35 an hour, you know, over the course of the year, that adds up to the right kind of numbers to where you can afford a home in Acres Homes. Right. Where there's lots of job opportunities, there's lots of entertainment opportunities, there's lots of safety there. You know, it's a different community today than it was 20, 30 years ago.
Exactly, right? Very much so.
It's a very desirable place to live. So I'm happy to partner with this young man and his family to make sure these things become available to our people.
I think that's fantastic because everybody deserves to be able to own a home. Everyone does. So why did you decide to be part of this? When you heard that they had this acreage available, did you just jump on in?
So, you know, it's amazing. We've been working with the Urban League for almost 10 years now through other programs with the city and, of course, their homeowners education. And this opportunity came and they brought it to us as an opportunity to see what not only could be envisioned for the community, but what we could do together. And I think it was just the perfect alignment because as a mission-driven company for us, our goal is to put people in homes. Their goal is to not only improve the community, but also provide opportunities for home ownership. So I think the alignment was just there. And of course, the site is beautiful. It lended itself to such a beautiful landscape from not only the houses, but the surrounding community. There's a grocery store down the street. There's an elementary school right behind it. So it just had all of the components that it needed to be an amazing place for families.
Now, have you already broken ground on all of this
at
this point? Okay.
We have.
So what is the duration we're talking about between now, what you have accomplished, to actually having these homes available for people?
So we're looking to deliver the first 8 homes before the end of the year.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this is life-changing here. This is extraordinary. And also, it's creating this generational wealth that a lot of communities often have sadly been excluded from.
Correct.
Am I, okay.
Yeah, and that's one of the things the Urban League does is we actually work with people on that holistic cycle of life. You have to be healthy, you have to be educated, you have to have a job, a place to stay. Right. So that you can build that generational wealth to pass on to your family, your children, your descendants. And we teach people in our classes how to not only be the initial homeowner, but how to preserve your home. Right. How to make sure that you can transfer that wealth at some point in your cycle successfully. So there's a lot of training and education that goes along with our first-time home buyers and, again, post-home ownership awareness that we provide for people.
And being part of this incredible program, what kind of message are you trying to send to other home owners, rather, or at least home builders, I should say, about doing something, about partnering with organizations like this to also do what you're doing?
You know, I think in Houston we have such an amazing opportunity because of the legacy of the city and the work of some of these legacy organizations like the Urban League. But there's really no private push to create these new opportunities. So this is the start of something new. And we're very excited to lead the pack in the ways that we can collaborate and create new opportunities that aren't just, you know, $500,000 townhomes, right? How do we honor the legacy and the history of these existing communities, provide opportunities for people to stay within their communities, and give new home ownership opportunities for young families, startup families, people who want to be where around the corner from their mother or their grandmother, but don't necessarily have the opportunities right now or can't afford the opportunities that are available in the neighborhoods.
Now, question, has all of these homes already been spoken for, or people can still try to purchase these homes?
No, they're still
There's
opportunities.
still
all available
opportunities?
right now.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
So Kevin's got a number you can call and reach them, and we'll put you on the list and
Okay.
begin to get you screened and ready to purchase the home once they become available.
Right, because you have to go through an entire process,
You do.
of course, which, I mean, that's what any potential home buyer has to do anyway.
Absolutely.
But just to make sure that you're eligible for it and things of that nature. So how would people get more information? Where do they go?
So they can go to parkstreethomes.com. They can find us on all the socials. They can also go to the Urban League's website as well. And really what they're looking for is just any opportunity to provide their information so that we can get them in the process. Not only to go through some of the initial first-time home ownership training, but also to see what resources are available for them. Because
Yes.
all of these homes are available for down payment assistance through the City of Houston and so many other programs. And we've seen home buyers get almost $150,000 in home buying assistance.
Assistance,
On
yes.
top of a mid $200,000 home, and that gives you a really affordable
I'm
mortgage.
glad you brought that up because people don't realize that they can get help in order to get a home. They're like, oh my gosh, I don't have the finances. Why should I even think about that? But no, there are programs. You just have to make things available for people.
Exactly.
So they're aware of it so they can try. And also, we've got a list on some of the Legacy Oaks home buyer help that we were talking about, some of the requirements as well, which you can find on your website and once you get that information. But before we go, we've got about less than a minute. I just want to ask you, from the people you've been able to talk to who are already in the process of applying for all of this, what is the one thing that you're hearing consistently from all of them?
They want to know how we can make more of these opportunities available, not only to themselves and their families, but to other people. You know, we were blessed with a donation of this 5-acre property. If people are watching that are in a position to do something good with land they have no intention of using, let agencies like the Urban League know, because we'll find the partnerships. We've already done some 30-plus houses with Kevin and other small developers who understand exactly all the things he was just talking about, right? Being close to grandma, living in the same neighborhood you grew up in, things of that nature that is so difficult to do these days with so much gentrification taking place in our neighborhoods. This way we avoid that.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank both of you for doing this, for opening up opportunities. You've already opened up the opportunities for 30 families, as you've mentioned, but now you're opening it up for even dozens more, which eventually will show these kids that they can too one day own a home, because my parents are doing it, others, and generations to come. So thank you, gentlemen. You're really changing our community for the good.
pleasure.
Thank you for
Appreciate
having us.
that, of course.